Hey YouTube, Tina here with a Amazon tip with Tina today. I don't know that it's really a tip. This is more of an overview and a review of Inventory Lab's new feature called ScoutX. And for those of you who have Inventory Lab, you've probably already received the pop-up in your account when you logged in to get this new Chrome browser extension. So I downloaded it yesterday or the day before, and I wanted to give it a try. I have used other tools that are paid for tools, especially to use the calculator feature on them because I love being able to just have that calculator on screen on Amazon when I'm plugging in my numbers. And I wanted to give ScoutX a try because it's free. Well, it's free if you pay for Inventory Lab for that service, but it can replace your existing calculators like Seller Amp and I can't remember the one I used to use before that. And I wanted to see what features it did have and would it meet my needs. So I've played with it for a couple of days, and right before going live, I decided to test out the Google Sheet feature of it, and it works really well. So I wanted to jump in here and share this with you if you haven't tried it and kind of go over my thoughts of it. So I'm going to share my screen here and ScoutX it's called with Inventory Lab. This is what the instructions are if you haven't installed it. So in the description part of this video, I do have a link to this page here where it walks you through, adding it to Chrome, and it has a really great step-by-step guide, how to do it, how it works. I did set mine up to go with the Google Sheets just today. So they have a really good visual walkthrough, which I always like. This is important here. Once it is in your Chrome extension, I'm not sure if you can see my screen up here, but right here is what the icon looks like. You can click this to turn it off and on. So I do like that feature because sometimes I don't want it on. Sometimes having the pop-ups when you're just trying to scroll through Amazon is aggravating. So it's really easy to just click on the icon here and turn this off. So that I definitely have used. And you have to be logged into your Inventory Lab account in order for it to work. So again, going down, these are just kind of the how-to, the instructions on how to use it. Okay, so I'll stop sharing that page. So at least you do have that link below how to use it. So now I want to jump into Amazon, and I thought at the same time, why don't we also look at some teacher appreciation gifts, because school is about to end and that was kind of on my mind. And so I just typed in the word teacher, and appreciation gifts was the first thing that came up. So I really liked some of these. Now, let's say we were going to now use the feature of ScoutX. It does pop up this little box below. I know Jungle Scout pops up these type of things below your listings. And this feature ScoutX does the same. So we can see the ACE in here, what category it is, and its browse nodes to where it is under the wine glass category under kitchen and dining, and it ranks 26. We can see there's no variations, one offer, and the buy box is FBA. It also gives us the links just like it does in Inventory Lab to eBay, Google, Camel, and I have the Keepa extension, which I already added to Inventory Lab, and that is another video for another day. If you don't know how to add this Keepa link here, you actually do it in your Inventory Lab account. So let's click on one of the listings. This one I did look at right before I went live because I thought, oh, this is cool. These little cups are really, really popular on Etsy. This is a #1 new release. And look, 200 of these were bought in the past week. So it ranks #9 in drinking jars. So for any of you out there that do Etsy, this is really a good idea for you to do because look, 200 of these in a week. I wish I had thought of that or had a source to get those exact glasses. I've looked for sources for these glasses. All right, I'm trying to click on this listing here. So see how that's the #1 new release? It's so cute. It's such a good idea that they came up with. So going to our ScoutX tool, it pops up here and this is what it looks like. And we can toggle back and forth. If this were small and light, you can toggle over. Of course, it gives you a warning because, as you know, small and light has to be $12 or less. But you can get your calculations for small and light. So I do like that. And going over here to standard, we can use our handy dandy calculator. I'm just going to put in that the item costs $10. And we get our target cost for what we should be paying for it if it's merchant fulfilled versus FBA. And it gives us our breakdown. So our net profit merchant fulfilled is $10.39. However, this does not include what shipping might cost us. And our profit would be $4.05 if we send it in FBA. They give us our ROI, they give us our margins. Going down below, they give us our parent and this ASIN if it were a child. We get the dimensions, which these days I'm glad to know the dimensions for things because of fees. And I want to know that the creator of the listing did it correctly. So we do see our weight. I also like that we can see the UPCs. I don't know about you, but sometimes I am looking at a listing on Amazon and I would like to know where I can find it. And maybe a Google search isn't working. So I like to be able to copy and paste this UPC here in a Google, just, in the search bar to see if I can find this item by the UPC. It also lets us know here how many offers are FBA, merchant fulfilled. We can click over here to see the reviews. Right now, there are no reviews, which is amazing considering how many sales they've had. And the graph here we can see. And we can see on here if it's Amazon, used, new, the rank. So I like that. It's kind of like a Keepa graph. And then we can go over here and see our rank for the last 30, 90, and 180 days. So I really like that. I linked it to Google Sheets, which you can do by clicking here. And if you want to add it to a Google Sheet, whether it's because you are researching or maybe you are already buying it, anything that we have plugged in here, like our buy cost, is going to add it to our sheet. So what you can do is add item here. You can add it to your unlisted inventory, or in this case, I made a ScoutX test sheet. So I'm going to add it to my Google Sheet. We're going to give it a minute to add. It goes to show you when you are making a new listing yourself, how this one is a #1 new release and they don't even have any reviews yet. They say that it's like 100 sales before you even get a review. I don't know why this is taking so long. I think it's because I'm filming and that slows down the computer a bit. I do have my Google Sheet tab open. And so I'm going to share that sheet with you. Hopefully it will have popped on by the time we go over here to Google Sheets. And yeah, it did, but it's not pulling the image. You can elect what you want to populate onto your sheet. There's a lot of rows you can add. When you set up your ScoutX Google Sheet on Amazon, and I probably should have shared that with you, and create a new sheet, it has a lot of options and you drag over what you want it to populate onto your Google Sheet. I chose it to share the product title, the image, the rank, the ASIN, my buy cost. This one was my first test, so I didn't enter a buy cost here. but you see my $10 populated here on this one. I wanted it to tell me how many FBA offers there were, what my net profit was going to be, my ROI, and I wanted it to populate into the sheet the UPC code. You can also have, I remember there was merchant fulfilled, but I'm not worried about merchant fulfilled offers or their profits, but you can have those things carry over as well. You can have the weight, the dimensions, you can have lots of rows. But for the sake of this video and what was most important to me, these are the things that I chose. So you see this first one, you can barely see the image there, but what happens if we click on it? Nothing. Okay. So, it would be nice if it would, even though it gives us the ASIN, it would be really nice if it would incorporate a link, like an actual clickable link that would open up the Amazon listing. I would definitely like that. And let's go back to Amazon. I want to see what else, different listings that have more variations on them so we can see what ScoutX pulls up. So instead of a teacher appreciation gift, let's go to a listing that we know will have a lot of sellers on it. I don't want something with lots of variations though. What if we did Yankee Candle, where I can maybe choose a single scent that might have quite a few sellers on it? I love this new feature on Amazon where it tells you how many people have bought the item in the last week. I find that really, really helpful. All right, let's check this flavor out. Oh, it is a variation. Well, let's see what ScoutX does with variations. Why not? I don't think I've tried it yet. Okay, so we're going to say our buy cost is $5 on this candle. And let's bring it down to $12. I don't think it'll qualify for small and light because it's too heavy, but let's see if they warn us about it. The warning over here on Amazon is what? Oh, it's what conditions you can sell it in. First, I thought this was a warning, like saying I couldn't sell it on Amazon. I'm not logged in to my account, but if I were, it lets you know that this item can be sold in only new condition, or it can be sold in new and used. That's what this feature right here actually does. So we know that this is not small and light. So if it was $5, what is the actual? It's $18.88. If it were $5, we would make $2.84 with FBA. Keep in mind that this net profit will not be accurate for merchant fulfilled because our shipping is not calculated. So let's say we think shipping might be $8 for this, and we hit enter. You see it will bring it down to what our profit would be if we had to pay $8 shipping. So some of these you kind of have to know what your shipping might be or have a good guesstimate so you can get yourself a good idea of what your final profit is going to be. Now I want to see offers. Let's check out offers here. So we see there's 2 new FBA offers and 1 merchant fulfilled offer. I would love to know how many people have in stock. That would be something I would like ScoutX to provide, is what are their stock levels. I'm going to click on this FBA offer and let's see what pops up. So I can see that Keepa reveals that this seller has 2 and that this seller has 1. So that's not bad when there's only a couple of sellers on a listing. But if there was a lot, you're going to have to kind of scroll down like this and do a mental head count, or you're going to have to use your Keepa graph below and check. But if they could have a total in stock feature, I would really like that. And we can see the reviews here. If there is any, and there has to be because there's 82 ratings. And see, this is a variation listing. So I guess whatever one I'm clicked on is what is the information I'm getting up here, right? So we can see the reviews. All right, I'm going to switch to another variation and let's see if this ScoutX changes up here. Remember, I'm new to using this as well because this feature has just been released. So 2 candles And it does, it clears itself out. Okay, so you click on each variation, and then you can start over. I don't know why it just logged me out. So that's weird because I did not log out. So is that a glitch that they're going to have to work out a bug? I don't know, because again, I've only been using this like 2 days now. So tell me what you guys think. And I would have added that to my Google Sheet to be able to show you how it populated in there with the image, but for whatever reason, it wanted to log me out of Inventory Lab. So let me see. I'm going to come over here and see if I can get it to log me back in, because the extension just quit working on me. I'm going to turn it off and on. Oh, and there, okay, so I just turned it off and back on. I'm going to share my screen again because I really want to see how the sheet goes, the Google Sheet, because that I've just used that today, just seconds before I went live. So let's go back to Amazon. Let's add this item to my test sheet. When I tested the first one before I went live with you guys, this did not take forever. I feel like this is just a glitch because of me recording. Let me go to my Google Sheet, and it is popping it in, but without the image. And the only thing I can think of is what I've already said. So let's go back to Amazon here and pick some other Yankee Candle. Let's see if ScoutX pops up. And I'm just simply going to add item, because this is one of my favorite features, is just being able to add it to this Google Sheet. I really love the idea of doing that. I love the idea of doing that for calculating the things I've bought. There is a notes section you can add. I didn't see the value in it the first time. I see the value in it now. Because, oh, look, see, this one populated the image. See how you can see it there? I'm not great with using Google Sheets, but I know that you can stretch these. I didn't really mean to move it. I just want to open it bigger. So if you want to see these columns opened bigger for those that are good at using Google Sheets, I think that's where that would be beneficial. So you can stretch out your image. But if there was the notes section, which was an option, you could then add the notes, I'm guessing, on the page, and I could say, that I bought this at Yankee Candle. So that way I would also have my supplier and where I purchased it from. So I see how that could be a beneficial tab to go ahead and add on your Google Sheet. If I go back here, and yeah, this I swear is only because I'm filming. It was not doing that earlier. I want to click on a different candle. I want to see if there's a note section that pops up on ScoutX, because I'm wondering, how does it take my note and put it over on the sheet? I don't know where I add a note at. So that's something else I'm going to have to figure out. If any of you know where you can add a note in this square, let me know. Otherwise, I'm thinking it just adds a note column. Oops, sorry. I didn't realize I wasn't sharing the screen. I was talking about, I don't see where you add a note in this section of this ScoutX. I don't see where you do that. Oh, I never clicked this. What's product variations? Wait, this is something new I haven't seen. I'm telling you guys, I did not figure this out before sharing it with all of you. I really wanted this to be like an unboxing video of sorts. Okay, now this way we can see which is the top selling flavor. It looks like this lemon one is. So this is helpful. We can see the review count. We can see all the UPCs. Okay, so I'm really liking this feature. Can we sort it by out of stock? And I'm not sure how to scroll over unless this is the end of it. What about in stock is 61, out of stock? These are the ones that are out of stock. So if there's a sale and you can get these flavors, these might be good because they're out of stock, especially these ones that did have reviews. And what is this? Okay. These are the things we can have it look at. And this is, we can download this to a file if we wanted. Okay. And over here off to the side, I love this, the variation reviews. This is a very cool feature. Over here, very cool. Okay, I think I'm liking it. Now, I don't know how to get rid of this. Okay, that gets rid of it. Okay, well, tell me what you guys think. If you like the new feature of ScoutX, if you think you might be downloading it and using it yourself, that was truly like a live unboxing of sorts of ScoutX through Inventory Lab. In the video description below is the link to the instructions and how to download it onto your Chrome bar yourself. And let me know in the comments if you have downloaded it, if you liked it, if you are going to use it and cancel your subscription to your online calculator that you're currently using. I did. I canceled mine. Mine actually expires the middle of May, but I have gone ahead and canceled it. That will save me a little over $20 a month. I think that ScoutX will definitely meet my needs. And my favorite feature now is that variation thing I just discovered at the end of this video, and the Google Sheet. Really like it. And the calculator goes without saying. It's a must-have. And the small and light feature. I really like that I can toggle and see my profit for small and light. All right, thanks for joining me.